I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Yo, what's going on today? It's Wednesday today in Canada land, and so I guess this is going to be Whirlwind Part 12, I believe, because I'm heading over to Kevin G's to pick up the goods I dropped off yesterday. He did a very quick turnaround, which is awesome. So I got a nice freshly painted topper, and looks like he was able to preserve my topper decals, so that's pretty sweet. My receiver bars painted up and cleaned up, and a couple welds, so we'll check out that action. And yeah, so I did some final tweaks on CSI last night. Played a couple games. It's playing great. I shopped up the flippers, just basically cleaned them up, replaced the sleeves, checked on everything like links and plungers and stops, and everything's good. So actually I was not really able to backhand that middle ramp after tweaking up the flippers. I am able to do that now. So these sleeves that were in there were not even that bad, like barely worn really, but it all adds up. Got rid of all the carbon and crap and cleaned everything up. So I did that. And also I had I've listed a couple back glasses that I don't really need. So fellow shenanigander by the name of Sean came by yesterday, who I hadn't met before, and we actually did a bit of bartering. I traded him a couple back glasses, and in return I got a Medusa back glass, new CPR, and a new CPR set of Medusa plastics. So that was a fun little barter. But we ended up chatting and hanging out and playing pinball for like a couple hours. So that was pretty fun. Good to meet him and play some games. Played a little Pinball Magic, skateball, TX Sector, and even a game of CSI. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to last little bit. Today, got to do some adulting before I can get into the games room. You know, like I gotta go into an apartment and do a few tweaks there to get it ready for the new tenant. But I just messaged Marco Specialties, placed the order a couple days ago, and Jamie and I aren't going to be home for a chunk of the day, so I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to have the package delivered, because it said shipping is 1 to 5 days. I couldn't find no tracking number, so I emailed them. Oh, I gotta remember, I gotta hit the post office first. But my order hasn't been packed yet, so the good news is that I don't have to worry about my package showing up and getting stolen or something. But the bad news is it hasn't left the building yet. It's been basically a couple days since I ordered it, so they're probably, getting millions of orders, so I'm in the queue. So 1 to 5 business days. If it's shipped by tomorrow, most likely, if the stars align, I will probably get my Marco action next week. So I will be able to keep myself busy between now and then, do all the other things I've been procrastinating on, like cleaning that giant ramp. Maybe I'll do that, and I'm gonna maybe start looking at some color samples in blue to repaint some of that cabinet, like the head, the back of the machine, and you know, some touch-ups, especially if I can color match it pretty damn close. But yep, someone bought a Game Plan MPU-2, I'm pretty sure it was -2, CPU circuit board from me. So I'm going to ship that now. Where is it going? It is going to Wheeling, Illinois, Arcane Computing Incorporated. So shout out to you guys, and hopefully this used board you can fix up and get it going. So okay, we'll see you guys at Kevin's. All right, we're back. There he is, right there. Just hit record like 1 second ago. Right on cue. Oh, there's the puppies. These guys are the stars of the show. Hi, puppies. Hello. Oh boy, don't eat my finger. So cute. Hi. What's going on, man?
Not too much, yourself?
Oh, you know, same old shenaniganding as usual. Whoa, look at what I see right here. Oh, did you want this open? Or? Okay. Wow.
Yeah, it's a little bit better than the one was.
Oh man, that is so nice. Look at that, how well you preserve those decals.
Yeah, so taped them all off and then X-Actoed out all the edges.
I was wondering like how you pulled that off, because you would have had to X-Acto it pretty close to the edge. Or
Yeah.
that's awesome. Oopsie. Yeah, look at that. That's beauty. I don't think I'm gonna need new decals after all.
You can think, might as well just keep those for the new owner.
Yep. Look at this. Yeah, that's exactly. Was that any trouble, or?
No, it wasn't too bad. I just took those out, took the assembly off, and then
So
cleaned
basically,
that up, and then sandblasted and clear coated.
sweet. So basically, 2 screws got this thing apart.
Yeah, it wasn't
Nice.
too bad actually.
Probably had to remove these guys, I guess,
I
too.
actually left those in.
Oh, okay.
Because they were all, it was all, like,
Oh, it's like adjusted
yeah.
perfectly.
But yeah, so it's not all rusty now.
Yeah, that's much better. Did these guys give you any trouble, or
No,
pretty
so
straightforward?
that was your one
Yep.
break.
Perfect.
And then
That's awesome.
this is your other.
That's, oh yeah, look at that.
So.
Oh, sweet, man. Fine job, my friend. Very fine job. Look at that. Yeah.
It's nice and flat.
That's like perfect. Cool, man. Well, I'm excited to get these in. I can't install this until I get my Cliffy. I gotta install my Cliffy first, so I gotta remember that. But yeah, look at that. Sweet, buddy. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Cheers. Okay, finally was able to get into the basement. And starting to be productive. Check it. Newly restored receiver bar. Boom. I like, much better. Okay. Remove the tilt bob, because when it's on a flat surface on my cart, the machine, sometimes it likes to tilt when testing, so I don't think that was any of the issue. Well, actually, 2 things. One, I heard back from my board repair guy, and sure enough, it was the 5 volts on the power supply that was the issue. He said the CPU is just fine, so I was hunting down on the right trail there, but it just didn't quite nab it, so damn, I was close, but that's okay. Now I know the CPU's good. He's gonna put a lithium cell battery on there for me as well. And then the other thing I did is installed the newly welded shooter ball trophy roofy thingy. So I've basically concluded that the ball being kicked from here into the shooter lane for 30 years, hitting this roof, ultimately is what caused this weld to break. So it might be a good idea to actually check that coil, which AE 23800, yep, I'm pretty sure that's correct. So It's not the coil's fault, just age. And number 2, I messaged Marco asking where my tracking number was, just because I couldn't find it on my account. I couldn't even find the order number, so I guess they hadn't actually packed it and shipped it yet, but it is now en route officially. So if the stars align, I could have my parts tomorrow or Friday, and then I can make some serious progress. But for now, I'm going to take a little CSI break, but whoa, I'm so excited to play this game. Kevin and Dutch probably going to come by on Saturday. I'll see what the Rayman is up to. We'll really dive into this game, and then at some point I really should do a gameplay video on it. I should do one on Hurricane. I should do one on Skateball, and Pinball Magic. Oh, I'm slacking. But this, I think I got everything I need. Nope, I need a toothbrush. Also, gonna need Q-tips. I'm gonna get comfy because this is gonna take me a while. So, preparing my table so I don't have to get up. Oh, you know what else I need? Definitely. Not yet. Just kidding. Save that for the weekend. Diet Coke. That is what I need. Okay. That should get me through. Yeah. Phillips for these guys to remove them. And maybe like a dish of soapy water. There we go. You know what? Yeah, I was going to say I need some dish soap or something down here, which I forgot. I just sniped from the kitchen. Don't tell Jamie. Actually, just kidding. We already got a new one. So, get a little bit of soapy water as well onto the table of action here. Boom. Now, I should be good to go. So, again, let's take a close look at this ramp. This is the before. Oh, wait, I need to do this. It focuses better when I do that. Yep. That's some serious nast. Oh, probably just as nasty under there. Oh, yeah, look at that. And, I mean, like, this thing is probably like 4 or 5 feet long if you stretch it all out linearly. And then blue nubs. They will, I'm going to try and get them back to perfect. I think I can. So stay tuned. Just give me an hour. Okay, probably been going at this ramp for 20-25 minutes, but just wanted to show you the before and after of the blue rubber bumper. Pretty cool, eh? I'm going to novice this now. I think I've got it pretty well clean. Clean the blue guy, and then move on to the novice. Alright, I think I am done. You can already tell from here it's looking a lot better. Check this out. Oh, I don't want to find any more dirt, but that's on the table, I think. So far, so good. So far, so good. Yep. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I haven't noticed any spots yet. Yeah, look at that. And then, nice clean blue nubs. So much better. Here's the broken receptacle. That's garbage. New one coming. Cleaned the flasher domes. Even wiped down the bulbs. And then the Skyway tolls. Dry them and install them. And then check on all these flashers. Make sure they are good. And then, oh, we got a bad one. Okay, so you, garbage. And you are good. So, we'll grab one more flasher out of the bin. Test that guy. There we go. Boom. We're all set. Check out that action. I'm pretty happy with it, as you can probably tell. Alright, I've moved on to some miscellaneous stuff, and before I forget, I gotta make a correction. Jeffrey Jones is giving me some tips here and there, and in the last video I realized I called him Jeremy Jones. I'm not sure who that is, but it's got a nice ring to it. But it's Jeffrey Jones, and if you haven't already, check out Pinball Reborn on Facebook. He does the most eye-popping, jaw-dropping, salivating restorations on pinball machines I ever did see. I mean, it is the peak of the pinnacle of pinball restoration. So, A, sorry for the screw up. B, shout out to Jeffrey Jones. And C, check out Pinball Reborn. And, okay, so, yeah, he said that he likes cool white for general illumination. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go cool white, which is most of my machines, or warm white, which I did on Lord of the Rings, and it looks amazing. Actually, I'll show you the difference here. Okay, so Monopoly, I've got my cool whites. Well, it'll take a second for that to boot up. Warm white in Lord of the Rings, it looks awesome. Cool white on Monopoly looks great. Baby, what's shaking? Okay, sorry about that. Let's, okay, I love you, have fun! Alright, Jamie's taken off to go watch her friend's soccer game. Okay, so here's side by side, check it out. You can definitely see the difference in warm versus cool. I am gonna go with cool white because I think it's gonna look good. Jeffrey, that is his go-to color as well. Like I said, most of my machines are cool, but isn't that on Lord of the Rings, which just kind of adds a nice golden touch, so that's why I was kind of like hesitating. But I think in hindsight, I've already done it, by the way. Cool LEDs everywhere. I also like used my Dremel brush for every socket, then vacuumed the playfield again, make sure got any crud. But then I've moved on to the back panel. Check this out. I started cleaning it. Ooh, let's turn this off, maybe you can see better. Yeah, look at that. It's gonna actually come out pretty good when all is said and done with the little Windex running low. And then I have to maybe hook me up with some 455 blinker LED bulbs from somewheres. Yeah, so I should mark those spots. They're not obvious. I mean, they're behind the whirlwind in the art, but ding dong, ding dong, ding. I could take a photo, then I can remove them, then I can clean them. But that's where I'm at, just doing miscellaneous crap. But yeah, so these are all basically color matched to a certain degree. I mean, green for green, red for red, warm white for yellow and orange, and cool natural white for white. So those are all ready to go in. So yeah, plugging away, doing what I can while waiting for stuffs. Alright, that really cleaned up nicely, and I LED'd the back panel there, and you know, incandescent bulbs were not near as bright as LEDs, so one LED is basically the equivalent of 2 or 3 incandescents. So just because there's a socket there doesn't mean you have to stick an LED in it. This should illuminate it beautifully, and I'll check that. If I see any dark spots, I will add more, but on most occasions I'll fill every hole with LEDs, but not always. And this is a case where less is more, because you don't want it overwhelmingly bright, and you also don't want that brightness reflecting on the glass. It can really, you know, it can reflect the all this light onto the playfield and affect your visibility. So I just put in mostly new 455 blinky bulbs until I find some LED ones. I know they have them at Comet, but I don't think I'm placing an order there for a bit. So the incandescent blinker bulbs are what's going to be in there for now. But yeah, so pretty happy with how that cleaned up. That's quite the difference. So maybe I'll clean up this fan next. Ew, look at all that. Nasty. Okay, I changed my mind. I cleaned pop bumper caps. And I also installed LEDs in the pop bumpers. So hopefully it's not too premature, but I'm going to dry these off and install them. And we'll take a look at what they look like. Alright, pop bumpers are looking good. I really hope I don't have to undo half of what I've done. I know I'm doing it in such a weird order. Can't install the welded scoop till I get my Cliffies, which I did place my order. Don't want to install this until I got my decals. Can't install the lamp boards until the spinning mech is installed. Can't install, rebuild the flippers until my flipper bats come in, which I haven't ordered yet. Can't rebuild the drop target banks. Oh, Andrew's calling. I'll have to call back, and I'll call him back in a second. But I can't do drop target stuff until I get my drop target decals and the one drop target. Can't check all my lighting until I get my boards, so just plucking away doing stuff that I think I can with hopefully not having to undo what I've done. But yeah, look at that. I like it. So I realized with my new receiver bar that these guys are a little crusty and don't look so nice when in the receiver bar. So I am using my purple pad and just trying to polish them up a little better. So you can see the difference. It's notable. So yeah, much better. There we go. That looks a little more respectable. I dig. Okay, moving on to the fan. It was pretty easy to remove. One connector and 2 nuts and 2 bolts, and it's out. I know they sell, Marco does, new blades, so it's got to be a way this pops off. I'm not sure how yet, but it almost looks like it's supposed to be a C-clip there. I don't know. Maybe I'll figure it out, or maybe I'll clean around it. I don't want to pull it off and not be able to put it back on, that's for sure, but I should be able to. So yeah, that's the before. Pretty crusty. I'm not looking to polish it to look like a mirror, but it should look a little better when all is said and done. Well, I guess I polished it up a little more than I was anticipating again. But that's because it really came apart so easily. Well, the fan blade itself was a little tricky. Where did that clip go? This clip here. I've never really dealt with these before. To pry that off without breaking it, and then it goes back on, hopefully without breaking it. So hopefully I can get that back together again. But that is much better. The bracket, nice solid piece of aluminum or stainless or something, but that's nice. And now the motor. Look at this. It's a little crusty. That would have been potentially blowing throughout the old basement there. So I'll hack away at this for a bit and then put her back together. But I might be painting some of the cabinets, so I won't be able to reinstall it till that's done. So many things have to happen in certain order, but that's okay. I always find something to do, and if I don't find something to do, dun dun dun, I always got black hole forever. There's some leftover crud. Oh hey, tilting tea. Are you a fan of the show? Sorry, couldn't help myself. Another dad joke for you. But there it is. That looks better. Yeah. Right on. I was kind of dreading that one, but I got the clip on and the clip off. That was the key to really cleaning this thing. And just a couple of nuts on the back. Boom. Shiny and nice. I like. Okay, just for fun, I busted out my old Lethal Weapon 3 blue, which wasn't a perfect color match, but faded old wood is hard to match. But it was pretty close. So I knew I had blue paint chips from when I did Sea Witch and Lethal Weapon 3. And look what I found. The condensate tubing that I was looking for. So I have all these blue chips here. Paint chips or whatever you call them. Should have. Yeah, I got a stack. Every blue, pretty much, I need. So, yeah, so as for the Lethal Weapon 3 blue, I put a small little spot on the back, actually a couple. The first couple I put on, I realized that the paint wasn't really stirred very well, so it wasn't going to be a good example. So there it is there. It is not very matching. And then here is the other stuff I just put on after, well, that's the same stuff, just after stirring it much better. Still, it may dry a little darker, so I can't tell for sure, but I just don't think it's going to work. So, if I'm going to paint the back of this and try and touch up the head and cabinet, I mean, oh yeah, I did a little corner there too for fun. I would like it to be pretty darn close, because the art itself is decent. If I painted all the blue outside of the art, that would be a pain in the ass. But the cabinet itself is not so bad, so I can pretty much get away with just doing the head art, I think. And look how nasty that is back there. So I have to try and find something that is reasonable matching, and then get me a sample can, and you know, that size can will actually do all I need. So for like less than $10 I could really paint all this up. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna play with paint colors, and I think that's all I'm gonna do for today. So hope you're enjoying the 72-part series on Whirlwind. It's getting there, you know. Still lots to go, but it'll happen. It'll happen. Just one little piece at a time. Thanks for watching.